Hi, I'm Ellie from Ellie G Art Designs. Thank you for joining my channel today. We are going to be working on a round canvas with a very pale purple, like a lavender colour base. The petals are going to be really nice and soft. Look, I just really love the Dutch pour. It is my favourite, and I love it with the finger swipes, just making those petals, as you can see in the background. I do this a lot, and I just love the outcome. I'm always happy with it. So I hope you're happy with it today. So let's get messy and paint. So here we have it, a beautiful round canvas. It is 40.6 centimetres, and I have already done the back. So I've just put some painter's tape on the back. Bit hard to do because of all the staples that are in it, but it's enough to sort of just keep it all clean, hopefully. All right, so I am going to start with the base colour. I've actually picked a really light purple colour, almost lavender sort of colour. I don't use these sort of colours much, but I thought let's branch out of the norm. See how we go. My dog is scratching at the door because she thinks she's going for a walk, but it's raining outside, so it's not going to happen. Anyway, hopefully she'll settle down. All right, let's give this a go. Base colour. All right. You could probably even hear the wind howling. It's just whistling. It is pretty bad. Winter here in Australia, and living in the second coldest state in Australia. Everyone thinks it's just always sunny in Australia, but not where I live. Summer's okay. Oh, that's covering really nicely. One thing with doing it like this, there's different ways you can spread your paint, and I tend to do all of them. But if you do it like this, you do actually get a really nice even spread. And like I've used the spatula, I've used the hairdryer, and they're good as well. But sometimes they leave streaks in it, not bad streaks, but just where the paint's. Like you look at that, you can't see any lines. It is completely beautifully flat. Oops. Okay, so first colour I'm going to put down is white, just so that my colours can have a light, kind of brings the brightness out. Let's see how we go with that. Curl you around a bit. All right, let's just start global white. I am now going to use cobalt blue from Global Bubble Pop. And purple, this is ultraviolet. This is Global again, magenta and metallic black. It makes a beautiful, it just makes a beautiful shine with the metallic black without overdoing it. And often, you know, when the paint's dry, you just see it standing out, that shimmer. It's pretty. All right, I'm going to make a really bold move and use yellow. I just thought against the purple it would look really nice, but I've just got to be careful not to use too much. So this yellow is actually Montmartre yellow, and I've just lightened it up a bit with some white. So we'll see how we go with it. I'm just going to pour a few drops here and there. I just don't want it to take over because I just want it to have a few highlights. Oops, that might be a bit much, but we'll see how we go. Alright, and this is Pearl Metallic from Global. Oops, things dropping everywhere. This again, a beautiful shimmer. And finally just a bit of silver, again for more shimmer. You can never have things too sparkly, can you? Alright, I'm just going to flood the canvas, and this will help things flow over really easy. That's part of the Dutch pour, is that you do need a lot of paint to get the effect of the blowout. Not too much though, because you could ruin it, which I have done many times. All right, let's see how we go with that. All right, so my hairdryer, it's very tiny, it's very little. It's not a cheap hairdryer. I got it from the shaver shop, but it's got a nice thin nozzle on it, and it just gives me so much control on the low setting. I very rarely use the high setting, so and I just feel I've got control of it. Let's see how we go. Say that. Kind of spread out more than I normally would have liked, but I can work with this. I'm just going to use my mouth to blow in certain parts where I didn't quite get the hairdryer on, and it just gives me a little bit more control than trying to just hairdry a little piece. So see how we go. It's really pretty, really pretty. Of course, the trick with that is to not let your clothing end up in it. All right, a little bit here. It just brings out the colours with a lovely gradient. So I'm going to give it a bit of a finger swipe to kind of give it that botanical look. It is my favourite technique, and I just feel I always get a great result when I do it like this. Let's see how we go. So it's really important that you have a hand towel ready, because you don't want to have a big messy finger swiping again, because you can just ruin your painting. So you've got to clean your finger every time so that that doesn't go into the next swipe. When you're choosing where to swipe, you choose the obvious places where there's already a bend there, mostly, unless you're trying to create something. I'm just going to blow a bit more here. Just to give me a bit more scope. It's also good to try not to keep swiping over the same spot. I've done that before and I'm doing it a little bit now, and I'm trying to stop myself because it just gets messy. Too many lines and it doesn't end up looking good. So it's a pretty blue. A bit more yellow coming through there. I think I'm just going to spread this out. A bit more colour. See, it's starting to muddy a bit there, so I've got to be really careful. There's paint underneath that's trying to come through. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a swipe just to break that up a bit. There we go. There we go, a little bit more of a line. All right, I think that's all right the way it is. Ooh, okay. Oh, I love it. I really think it is really pretty, and that yellow, just the right amount. Yeah, so you got a few cells sort of popping up there and a bit there, but it's not too much. It's not swallowing the colour. If I was to put the global paint, or the base paint, which I mix with just global paint and Australian floetrol, so this one here, yeah, if I was to pour that on top of the other paints, which the other paints are all just paint and water, you would just get cells completely swallowing up the whole painting. So, but underneath, as a base colour, it works for me on global paints only. All right, well, I'm going to leave that to dry. I don't think I'll do any more tweaking, and we'll see how it looks when it's dry. Okay. I am so happy with the way this turned out. I've got to admit, I did have to do a second take because I actually used too much yellow in the first one and overtook it. But now I had to swipe that one and there's just the right amount of yellow without it killing it, and it just gives it some accents. But it is so beautiful. I am just loving this. It is so beautiful. I just kept coming into the garage to see how it dried because I just loved it so much. I think, oh, I've got to look at my painting, see how it's going. Anyway, I hope you really have enjoyed this video and have learned something. If there's anything I am not telling you, please leave a comment. If there's something you want to know about what I'm doing that I've missed in telling you, please leave a comment. I really just want to engage with those who are interested in learning on this type of painting. Anyway, I hope you join me next time. Bye for now.